Hey YouTube, it's the Purple One. I want to bring you just a couple things. I'm not going to overwhelm you right now, but I do have a bunch to tell you probably later in the day. I want to talk about some inside information from the banking, finance. So let's real quick. First of all, I talked to a real estate agent from Florida. He said people that live in Florida really can't buy homes because a lot of them don't qualify now with the changes and the new interest rates. But he says the only people buying are people from outside of the Florida, like people from, California or New York, where they've sold their house up there and they brought down a bunch of cash, and there's no way for the locals can compete against houses because the other people moving in can offer even over the list price. But he says people are not qualifying, so things are slowing down. Another realtor said that his phone has stopped ringing, probably because of the interest rates going up and people concerned they need money for food, they need gas. Also, I love this juice and my little guys love it. This is just 100% juice from Walmart White Grape. Been selling for $2.54 alongside the White Grape Peach. Both are excellent. I probably favor the White Grape Peach. This has been out at my Walmart for a while, months and months and months and months. So we've been just going with this. We saw this today. And we also saw the new price, $3.78. That's a $1.24 increase on the White Grape Peach. That's like 50% that we just got hit of a product we use. 50% inflation. That's a lot. So we got probably 10 of these in storage of the White Grape Peach that we still have, and we'll be buying no more of those. It is white grape only at our house, or apple juice. So let's get into what I really want to talk to you about. Is this email I got from a banker, an inside guy, right from the horse's mouth. Let me read it and be quick about it. We mail out about 18,000 monthly statements to our customer. This man works, he's a bigwig, and he is in the, I'm going to tell you, he's in Texas. The reason is because Texas is a booming economy compared to some of the Rust Belt states, New York, California. Everyone's moving out. So this is a place where I thought things would still be good. So he is a big wig. He's got, I think, 8 branches. So it's just not one little bank. We mail out about 18,000 monthly statements to our customers. Our suppliers of paper and envelopes told us 4 months ago to order bulk of both of these items because they have a long wait on them. It has been 4 months since we placed an order for 125,000 envelope. Remember, last week or week before, I talked about another state agency that couldn't get envelopes and they desperately needed them. And we still have not received them. It will be another 3 months before there's even a possibility of us getting them. We are now out of envelopes and have to send out messages that we can no longer send paper statements for the foreseeable future. Our suppliers have checked everywhere and there's none to be bought. This statement alone, we can't even get envelopes, and it's numerous people. This reminds me of a third world country. If you can't even get an envelope, I'm not talking about a sophisticated part to fix a machinery. I'm not talking about a computer. I'm talking about an envelope. If this doesn't prove to you that there's issues in the supply chain, then I don't know what I can tell you to change your mind. He's gone on and said, we have seen a decrease in loan applications by about 40% in the last 2 months. 40% in the last 2 months. Give it another 2 months and see what it looks like. An increase in our cost of fundings. Interest we pay on savings because of the rising rates. So when the Fed raised the interest rates, banks raised it a little bit too. This is a significant decrease in income, and the executive team is rapidly increasing our capital to prepare for a major economic downturn. So if the banks are going to increase their capital, less capital to lend out, that definitely shows a recession. In my books, it could be a depression. But banks are seeing it, so they're increasing capital. We have had over $20 million in ACH deposits. No idea what ACH is, but deposits from people selling their investments and moving it to the bank in the last 4 weeks alone. So people are a little bit scared and they're looking for a place to park money, so maybe they're probably getting on the stock market or other riskier investments, getting cash. Now, how much of this money is not going into the bank but is actually going into people's mattresses or into their safes. Unsecured debt is skyrocketing at our institutions by over 30%. $14 million over the last 6 weeks alone. Unsecured debt is skyrocketing at our institutions by over 30%, 14 million in the last 6 weeks alone. This is on our credit cards and our personal loans, so unsecured stuff. So people are tapping, it looks like, to stay up with their lifestyle, their credit cards or unsecured loans to keep things floating. Is this to buy groceries? Is this to buy food? Is this to maintain their lifestyle that they're used to? I don't know, but this is concerning to him because he included it. Our delinquencies on loan payments are up 80% since the beginning of the year. Our delinquencies on loan payments are up 80% since the beginning of the year. That's definitely concerning. We are receiving the most bankruptcy notices we've ever documented in a year. We are receiving the most bankruptcies notices we've ever documented in a year. He goes on, everything on our end is signaling a recession, and we cannot even get paper anymore. So, this is from a banker that's in the know. Looks like we're definitely going into a recession. So, I don't know what's going to happen. I think we're going to have inflation and deflation. I think as the economy gets worse, I think people will not be buying houses. So I think there will be some small companies in the construction field that will have to close down. I think they'll be selling some of their equipment. If the demand for equipment like mini excavators, front end loaders, all that stuff, if there's no demand, it's definitely going to be a deflationary pressure on that kind of equipment. But I think we'll still have inflation on energy and food, electricity, things that we need. So I hope you're preparing. It might not be Mad Max raw SHTF, sit on your front porch with your shotgun and protect your food. It could be just a recession that really is a severe recession. It also could go into a depression. We have nothing to fight a serious depression or a recession because we are $31.5 trillion in debt, and then we have trillions, probably 100 or plus trillion in unfunded liabilities. And what unfunded liabilities is promises the government has made to people, be it pensions, be it Social Security, be it military retirements. There's no money sitting there that's just in this fund. So it's unfunded liabilities. So what is the government going to do? Are they going to start telling people on Social Security, well, we're going to cut you by 30%? No, because inflation will be high. So what they'll be doing is just printing more money, giving cost of living increases for Social Security, and they will be collapsing the dollar even further, which will then cause more inflation. And they're going to, if they're not careful, they're going to get into this vicious cycle. And the end results of this vicious cycle is the dollar is worthless. Literally worthless. So you're going to have to rely on something else to feed your family. It's going to go back to you providing resources for yourself and then having some resources that you can sell or trade to someone else that has resources you don't have. That's just the bottom line. No one has a crystal ball. I just look at history, I look at what's happening now, and I pair them together and try to come up with a conclusion. So my conclusion is we're in for a rough time. We're in for a recession. Will the recession turn into depression? I have no idea. I think the government will steer that boat, and if they steer it wrong, yes, we could go into depression. I think we'll have inflation on food and all those other things that we need, and I think we'll have deflation on boats and maybe not campers as much because people are buying campers to live in them because they're losing their homes. I think the housing market is going to go down, 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 especially if the Fed keeps raising interest rates. They're in a very tight spot. If they raise interest rates, it cools inflation a little bit, but it depresses our economy. So I don't know what's going to happen. I will tell you what I recommend, and anything I recommend on this channel. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just a yapper up here on the screen. So seek professional financial advice. But what I think you should do is get out of debt. Cut any expenses you can. If you got cable TV, cut it now and get like Roku. Cut everything now that you don't need. If you have a nice big boat out there, now if you have a big old boat out there and you have plenty of money and you're prepped up as much as you can, keep your boat. But if you're like saying, I need probably to take my food supply from 3 months to a year for my family of 4, and you have a big old boat out there, sell the boat and take care of your family. But this is an individual decision. You have to make the decision. You can look at what I advise, you can look at what other professionals advise, and then you have to make your decision. No one's going to make your decision for you. Hopefully this helps. Banker is worried. Banker is showing us that things are on the decline. Just keep prepping. Thanks for watching.